Hi everyone, this is Kim with the Minute Life Tarot, and we are doing an unboxing video. And that is on the Magick of You Oracle, Unlock Your Hidden Truths by Fiona Horne. There you go. And this has been actually on my wish list for a long time. And I never pre-order really anymore. Like, I just don't pre-order anymore. I wait until it comes out, because if it's going to be mass market, even if it's sold out, like the first go round, I know they're going to have another batch printed and it'll come out, and I want to be able to see if I'm going to like the deck or not. And so that was the case with this one. I waited to see other people get their decks. At first I was going to try to press and try to get the deck overseas so I can get it firsthand, or get my hands on it somehow before, everyone. But then I was like, I'll just wait and see. And because now I'm getting to a point where whenever I get the deck, it's like, is it really going to add any benefit to my collection? Like, what is it going to add that may not already be covered in my collection? It was also like, I went to the store to get this deck, and I was considering getting another particular deck from another mass market. It was the Crystal Spirit Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. And I was like, oh, I already have a crystal deck. I have one crystal deck, and it's like, I kind of like to keep it that way. And I don't know if I always use crystal decks. And, there's pluses and minuses to them. And the one that I have, I use all, for a specific purpose. So I was like, no, but this was a little different. This is a little different. This, I'm hoping I can do some shadow work for myself or for others. And maybe I'm going to start doing like a quick shadow work reading, like for a month or something like that, and use this. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. But anyways, it's a Rockpool Publishing deck, and they have started making their boxes smaller, more like the Hay House size, and more like reminiscent of Hay House. But it's only 36 cards, and I prefer the compact size of the box in the guidebook fitting inside of that. I mean, they always had guidebooks that fit on the inside, but they have bigger boxes and bigger cards, so this is much more manageable. Here's the inside of the box, and here is the guidebook. Oh, there's some kind of download your free Rockpool Oracle reading cards app. I will check that out. And Magick of You Oracle, Unlock Your Hidden Truths. Again, right there's the guidebook. It's like a shiny or glossy. Are these glossy? They're not. Now, we'll look at the cards in a moment, but let's look at the book. Now, what I'll do is I think I'm going to switch camera angles and have we look at it a little bit more up close, because I don't want the direct glare of the card on the light. But before we do that, smells good. Before we do that, let's see what we've got. We've got an introduction, how to use cards section. It's got all the meanings, and it's numbered here with the meanings. It looks like it goes alphabetical too, so that's helpful as well. And about the author section, and about the illustrator. It's got some spreads, and then here is the guide. It's got the card image, small but in color. And also, I will tell you what made me get this deck over the crystal one that I was considering was that the crystal one just had labradorite as like the card keyword. There was no little phrase, and I like this one because it has a phrase, like the word or the keyword is Avenoir, and then that's underneath, make peace with your past. Now, if we just had Noir, then I'm compelled to have to go and look at the guidebook and see what the heck is going on. I mean, I can look at this image and get kind of an idea of what's going on, but it's nice that they have a key phrase as well on the card and in the guidebook. And it's quite a meaty meaning here. And then they have a ritual that I heard about, Sacred Memories ritual. And I like these, actually. These don't look too cumbersome, these rituals. Okay. So what I'll do now is I will switch camera angles so that way we can look at the cards a little bit more close. Here are the cards. This comes with this. And it's not extra glossy, but it's not matte either, which is different than the Queen of the Moon Oracle, and my Heal Yourself reading cards, both Rockpool Publishing decks. They are glossy. This one is not as glossy as them, but they're also not matte either. And they're not gilded. But I bet you they shuffle like a dream. And for that alone, they might go to the top of my usability list. All right, let's switch gears. Okay, so we are looking at this deck here. So let's get started. All right, so first we've got the backs here. Key. And then got this. Noir, make peace with your past. And I won't read all of the words, I'll just show them the cards to you. But sometimes I'll feel like saying it like Buho. Transform the way you see. Detox, cleanse and restore yourself. Doable. The key is within your grasp. Effervescence. Cultivate love. Love her red hair. Epiphany. Reveal your gifts. Oh gosh. Haunting, these images. I'm not even sure like if I'm going to use these. Like if I use this with a deck, I always like think, okay, what deck would go well with this? And I'm not quite sure yet. I'm going to do a tarot combos, but I got to figure out which decks that would play nicely with this one. Look at this. Epoch? Epoch? I don't know. Pause in your journey. Goodness. Goodness gracious. You know, Unia, I don't know. Everything in perfect balance. Euphoria, honor yourself. Oh. Forgoon, become a loving mirror. Wow. Flash over, it's all in your head. Hex, be still and allow the enemy to reveal themselves. Liberation, free yourself. Lavaria, let your love grow. Oh, I love that. Love that. I love how some of the scenes there's actually some movement. I get like if a person's just sitting there, sometimes for me, I'm not really resonating with just people just sitting there, if that makes any sense. Sometimes it hits me just fine and other times it doesn't. But there's enough movement with the characters in this deck to kind of make up for just, and not looking directly at the camera or doing weird things like that. That makes it a little bit more of a deck I can resonate with, but that's just an observation there. Maximus. How can you feed others when your own table is empty? You gotta fill up your table. Make sure you're fed first before you can go feed others. Marek. Embrace oneness with the universe. Minimus. Commune with the source. Mosaic. Let chance play its creative role in your life. Oblivion. Open your arms. Opulence. It's time to lead. Arinda. Honor your mystical creative force. It's pretty. Panacea. There's a solution for every problem. Phenomenon. Be still and listen to the spirits. Protection. Set personal boundaries. Resilience. Burn away the past. Sacrifice. What can you let go of? Wow. Look at that. Serendipity. Merge with the flow. Solitude. Alone but not lonely. Tangibility. Make your dreams real. Translucence. Love the darkness. When I saw, this is one of the few images of this deck that was online, and I was like, it's compassion for others, I guess, with the plant coming out of the eye, maybe just having endless amounts of compassion. I'll have to look at the guidebook for that. I just wasn't making the connection, but it's a beautiful card nevertheless. I mean, it is. Vertigo. Whatever you choose will be correct. And then Witch. The magic you seek is inside of you. Let it flow. And gorgeous, haunting images, interesting keywords, interesting phrases. I know I saw a couple of people in the it shuffles nicely. In like the Facebook tarot groups, the bigger tarot groups, they were talking about this deck. And some people were like not enamored with the author's writing of the guidebook. So I'm going to take a look at it in a moment. We'll see if there's any cards that jump that we can look at the messages and the guidebook for. Liberation. Let's see if there's any others. What I did like about, or what I do like about Rockpool Publishing decks, even though they're glossy, not this one in particular, but the ones that I had in the past, it lasted. They're still in very good shape, despite many uses and whatnot. So, okay. I got liberation, resilience, and protection. And it's like, free yourself, burn away the past, and then protect yourself. It's time, you know, free yourself, burn away the connections to the past, and then now set up those protections so you are, you know, not going to have to go through another cycle of being in bondage again. 13 is liberation. And it says liberation is the codependency card. It's time to liberate yourself from toxic people who might have been soft and seductive in life once and are now smothering you. The girl of liberation was once seduced by the soft embrace of the swan, but now its deathly gaze signifies all life is gone, and she is trapped by its snake-like coils crushing her essence. It's time to unwind the tentacles wrapped around you. Be they those of lovers, family members, any people with intimate access to you. Recognize who is lifting you and who is pulling you down. The tentacles might also be that of a job or a learning environment. It is time to move on when liberation appears. In a situation of codependency, remember, you're holding each other back. So although you may feel that you owe it to another to stay and continue, liberation reminds you that it is not only you who is being held back, it is the other person too. Take action for yourself and them. Wow. Well, I like the meaning of this card. It's kind of what I was feeling too when I saw these three together, you know, the cards talking to one another. And then it has a ritual, the bound doll, to affirm liberation in your life and freedom from stagnancy. Take a doll and wrap it in red cord or yarn many times until its legs and arms are bound. Every morning, focus on what you need to be liberated from and unwind 2 coils from the doll. Do this every day until the doll is unbound. By then you will also be free, which is a beautiful symbolic way of, you know, feeling that liberation. Although I come from the school of thought of you're just a thought away from freedom or whatever you're trying to feel. And in any moment you can access freedom, you know, if the sense of freedom, you know, just by simply realizing, yeah, I'm free in this moment, I'm breathing, you know, whatever the case may be. I don't know if I need a ritual for me personally to symbolize all of that, but many of us are ritualistic, love symbolism. I do, but not for me, not in this particular case, but for someone who's probably really needing some strength and just all over their life, this is a beautiful thing to do, I think, that will help you along your journey. But hey, I like it. I like that little addition. 27 is resilience. Let's see how that one reads. Okay. The girl of resilience is relaxed. She impassively stokes and stirs the flames of her past at her feet. In her crowded room of memories, she fans the flames without fear of letting go of events, ideas, people, and places that once defined her. She's comfortable in her room and is not leaving her space. The smoke does not overcome her. Interesting. The window is open and a branch of the tree of life reaches in to guide her always to heightening clarity and wisdom. When resilience appears, it is time to stoke the fires of your past and release that which no longer serves you. Know that to rise like a phoenix, it is necessary to dive into the flames. Be warmed and confident in the light that comes from burning away and releasing the bad and the good of the past. Release it all to be reborn with Agni, the inner flame. Agni? I don't know. She's choosing to be resilient. And then there's a ritual here called Rebirth from Ashes. Assemble organic objects, items of clothing, things that represent your past, good and bad. It's time to release and grow. If it resonates, write descriptions of past events, happy and sad. Acknowledge everything you are willing to release in order to be reborn from the ashes and to grow in wisdom and usefulness in the world. In a safe space where you will not be disturbed, burn your pile. Consider throwing handfuls of dried sacred herbs like sage, lavender, and eucalyptus leaves into the fire. Continue burning everything until it is reduced to ashes. Meditate on the flames and allow the glowing embers to reveal lessons learned. Collect the ashes and toss them into a flowing natural body of water or turn them into the soil. Doing so will ensure the energy is transformed and you rise into the next best expression of yourself. Interesting. All right. And then just before that was protection. Set personal boundaries. And then she just says, boundaries. It's time to set them. Small areas of ugliness are blinding you to the greater beauty that is your rightful environment. I like that. The girl of protection anchors herself softly in the present moment, yet her back of white thorns shields her from the negative naysayers of the outside world. She is not defined by her thorns, but she keeps them ready. Of particular significance with this card is setting electronic boundaries around phenomena like social media. Interesting. At this time, people around you who have been allowed access to your space may not have your best interests at heart. Protect yourself, do not suffer fools, and do not be hardened by others' cruelty. Have compassion for their wounded souls, and yet set firm boundaries. Just because they are hardened, it doesn't mean you have to be. Be soft but strong. What a beautiful message. I like that. And I won't read this particular spell or ritual, but I think that's a nice way to end this particular unboxing. Yeah, I like it. I like this a lot in terms of the shuffleability, the size, so I can handle it easily. You know, the only, I guess, thing I'll mention is that it, again, as we've all been kind of moving into a more woke state in our lives, we would appreciate more diversity, but, you know, it is 36 cards. We just like to see it. If there's anything to say about this particular deck, I would say that. I would have to really look at the guidebook to see how else the guides read, but I really am impressed with the keywords and the key phrases and the beautiful images. There's no borders. Shuffles nicely. The backs are too, you know, gaudy or whatever. It's pretty. And I can see myself doing shadow work with it in just general life or in specific areas like love. This is the one that, before I let you guys go, this was one that was brought up in one of the Facebook tarot groups and that I'm a part of. The Vertigo card. It says, whatever you choose will be correct. And I think this is the one that kind of got under the person's skin about the meaning. And so it says, so luxurious is the problem of choice. And yet, as you consider all the dizzying array of possibilities, the sensation of tilting of things being off kilter paralyzes you into inaction. What can you do? What should you do? Notice the keys stand straight and true. Each one opens a door leading to opportunities and lessons. Whatever you do now will be correct, but some lessons may be more enjoyable than others. In Vertigo, there is pictured one key that is very ornate and decorative. You may feel compelled to grasp it and open its door. Surely the prettiest key would open the most auspicious door. Be aware, all is not what it seems, and while you cannot make a wrong decision, do not rush to make the obvious choice. The unexpected door will yield the most gratifying reward and valuable lessons. Be brave and walk through the door less opened. Interesting. Not all is what it seems. That's true of Vertigo, I suppose. You know, sometimes you don't know if, like, oh my God, do I have some major tumor in my head, or shoot, did I not eat enough today? You know, it's not all is what it seems. So I like that the jumpers jump. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see how I get along with it. Oh, yeah, like that. All right, guys, let me know. What do you think of this deck? Do you have it? Do you want it? What say you? All right, talk to you later. Bye.